Point of the tourist attraction, whether domestic and foreigner, is the museum. So now we are at one of the famous museum in Malaysia, which is Terengganu State Museum, or well known as the Losong Museum. Named as the largest museum in Southeast Asia, the Terengganu State Museum complex houses century-old artifacts and artworks of rich and colorful heritage. The Terengganu State Museum was organized based on some objectives and functions. Firstly, to save the historical heritage and culture by collecting, nurturing, keeping, and exhibiting the old and the new collections that have historical values and culture of Terengganu. Second, to carry out an inquiry about the culture of Terengganu, so the information will be spread widely to the public as in knowledge, resource, education, and also the national spirit. From here, the spirit of loving the state and the country is aroused, and respect to the king and country would instill the feeling of close understanding among the society. Third, to carry out a research and conservation towards flora, fauna, and artifacts, and also towards monument and historical places which are found all over Terengganu.
Institution in Malaysia is a new phenomenon which is too segregated to the society in this country until after the middle of 20th century. The level of the public realization and the leaders of the country converge on the physical development and the society economic acknowledgement. Although ideas for conservation and preservation of the historical heritage legacies and cultures are there, but they are still insulated. Nevertheless, the continuous economic and political stabilization start to open space to the outbursts of social development which embodied to reality. This situation also led to the sequential events that happened until the Terengganu State Museum was established in 1976.
The event of Terengganu Batu Bersurat date on 30 and 3 Masehi by Syed Hussein Ghulam Al-Bukhari in 1902 in Kuala Berang became the starting point of Terengganu State Museum establishment. Due to the fact that there was no suitable place to preserve the heritage materials, the historical stone had to move from one place to another. This led to the realization of the state leaders and historical lovers that the stone needed a suitable place, which is museum, to preserve heritage materials. However, this awareness failed to interpret into practically except just as a dream. Marhum Sultan Sulaiman Badrul Alam Shah, the 30th Sultan of Terengganu, had to approve the application of the British advisor that Batu Bersurat was lent to the Raffles Pictures Museum in 1923 in order to preserve the safety that heritage artifact.
In 1955, the very Honourable Chief Minister, Datuk Haji Kamaruddin bin Haji Idris, had organised a committee for the purpose of collecting treasures heritage and to establish the State Museum, but less effective due to the money problem and loss allocation. Then, on 3rd February, in 1974, another committee was formed to manage the State of Museum Organisation Affairs, which was chaired by His Honourable the State Government Secretary Datuk Wirajaya Datuk Wan Khalid bin Noh. From the great efforts of the committee and also the support from the state government, the aspiration of the museum establishment had accomplished when the Terengganu State Museum Board Enactment No. 9/1976 has documented after getting the approval from the State Town Council on 28 September 1976 and started to enforce on 1 September 1977.
Museum, which is used today, was extracted from an English word. However, museum in English was originated from the Greek word museon, which means a holy house. Muse refer to God or a group of 9 goddess, which symbolize knowledge and art. Museum was known as a sacred place to the Muse, specifically the great institution for literature and scientific studies, built and equipped by Ptolemy I at Alexandria, which was virtually a university of Hellenistic world. Many specialists and scholars were competing to express their understanding regarding the definition of museum. There were some temporary or vague definitions being proposed. For example, by the International Council Museum (ICOM), Canada Museum Nation (CMN), and American Association of Museum (AAM. Most of the definitions were connected to the function and administration of the museum and also the other domains related. General Meeting ICON states the definition of museum as an institution that acts permanently, not looking for benefits, provides services to the society and its development. An institution that involves with, first, conservation, exhibition and archive center. Second, conservation and perpetuation of nature. Third, archaeology, ethnology, monument and historical site. Fourth, exhibition of living things such as botanical garden, zoology, aquarium and lots more. And 5, science center and planetarium. Under above definition, it is clear that museums play an important role in education, culture and economic development for every country and society. In fact, museums also design and took important part in developing the society and country through its multifunctional role. In 1989, Museum Association of Great Britain (MAGB) defined museum as an institution which collect documents, preserves, exhibit and interpret material, evidence and associate information for public benefit. At the early stage, museum was known as a picture school because other than archaeology, artifact, historical picture were also exhibited in the museum. The change of the time and increasement of experience and also the knowledge of certain groups, especially those who had direct connection with the management and museum activities, had succeeded in designing a new museum identity. Its matter had also changed the public perception of the institution. At the early stage of its organization, the State Museum was lodged at the corner of the former State Government Secretariat Office at Bukit Celong, Serang Lanjut, Kuala Terengganu. The staff intake started in 1976 and was administered by an officer from the administration unit. 2 galleries were open to public every day during office hour. In the early 1980s, the state government meeting agreed to provide a location to build a new museum complex on an area of 27 hectares at the Kampung Bukit Losong, Mukim Paloh, Kuala Terengganu, an area that fit the criteria suggested by UNESCO. Among them was an area with peaceful and conducive natural garden, a wide and open area and enough space.
The work of the new museum complex building started in 1985 and was built in 5 phases. Phase 1 started in 1985, including construction works such as the preparation of the roads, drains, bridge, parking lots, and also the preparation and improvement of land to establish the hillsides. Phase 2 was carried out in 1986, covering the landscapes such as the planting of the basic plants and decoration, and the building of returning wall, returning border, and also the walking path. The works of transfer and replacing of four traditional house like Istana Tengkulang, Rumah Tele, Rumah Bujang Berpeleh, and Rumah Haja Nga Aisyah were also carried out. Phase 3, covering the building work of Maritime One Museum, which is commercial and selling galleries, were operated in 1988, including the work of replacing 2 big boats. Phase 4, involving the building works of the main building in 1989, the event of official land breaking in 1981 was implemented by Yang Amat Berbahagia Datuk Setiawangsa, Dato' Haji Abdul Rahman Nasir, Terengganu Government Secretary, who the same time held the position of Chairman of Terengganu Museum Board. Phase 5 was performed in 1993 with narrative to Museum Building Works, which is Sea Garden and Fish Galleries. Terengganu State Museum Complex design concept was inspired by His Honorable Datuk Raja Kamarul Bahrain Shah based on three main considerations. Firstly, it was about the design of an all-Malay house. The main criteria at this architectural design was the front fascia, which was known as the roof supporter and craft wall panel. Secondly, the space arrangement place was designed in the main building aspect, which include 4 blocks that attach to the communal space, which function as exhibition compound. The attached rows of building visualize a big family which rose from main block, and the space arrangement was designed to give the opportunities to the visitors to enjoy the comfortable and attractive part, whereby they could move from one block to another besides enjoying two different conditions. That is, while they are in the building, the visitors will appreciate the situation, which is quite mechanical. And two, while they are at the giant bridge, they could enjoy the pleasant and natural outside view. The main museum building consists of 4 blocks: Block A, B, C, and D. The overall floor width is 75,750 square meters, while the exhibition floor width is 27,272 square meters. Block A is the highest building and happens to be the main block that was built as high as 4 levels, level 2 and met as the textile gallery, level 3 for craft gallery and the royal gallery, level 4 for historical gallery, while level 1 was specially made as racial space, library and the prayer room. The ground floor was made as collection store and photography studio. The main entrance for visitors is located on the second level. Permanent exhibition galleries such as Art Gallery, Islamic Gallery, and Natural Resource and Economic Gallery. Block C is used as temporary exhibition space such as Petroleum Gallery, Administration Room, Meeting Room, Natural Resource Laboratory, Restoration Laboratory, Seminar Room, and also Industrial Arts Workshop. Block D provides a space for Batu Bersurat Hall that could occupy about 220 people at one time. Other than that, there are 2 more galleries at the main museum compound, which located at the edge of Terengganu River, the Fish and Sea Garden Gallery, and the Commercial and Selling Gallery. There are 5 traditional house, medical garden, besides the parking lot, souvenir shop, huts, bench, and surau provided at the museum complex area.
The Terengganu State Museum is located right beside Pulau Sekati, which made it more environmentally friendly. There are so many trees planted around the museum, and each of the trees were labeled by their scientific name. So by coming to the museum, we can also gain the knowledge about trees and learn to love the nature. Terengganu is famous for their arts and craft. One of them is batik. There are 2 types of batik, the hand-drawn and the stamp. Recently, there are also machine-printed batik, which design is clearer and color on one side only. But of course, the hand-drawn batik is the better quality one. Hand-drawn batik uses a small copper cup and fountain pen like janting with a melted wax to draw across the length and breadth of the cloth. Dyeing process is like filling color on the drawing block, only different is the outline is wet instead of pen. The wax areas resist dye. The cloth will then sent to boil in warm water in order to get rid of the wax after it is soaked in chemical that makes the color stay. Today, batik is not only used for outfits, but some innovative commercial individuals has made full use of this artistic textile into making bags, cushion covers, curtains and slippers. Song basket or cloth of gold is originally from a mix of cotton and silk that was interwoven with supplementary of gold or silver thread. Today, the imitation thread is generally used to replace the gold and silver, which is much expensive. Because of its unique material and weaving method, songket was once exclusive to royalty, but today it is used during formal occasions such as weddings. Mengkuang and pandanus is a kind of plant grown widely in the woods. Mengkuang weaving has started long before the history of modern Malaysia till today. Before the weaving takes place, mengkuang leaves will be dyed into desired color and dried under the sun. Weaving always done as cottage industry in rural area and then sold in the market. The end products range from baskets, food covers, mats to some souvenirs items such as coin pouch and hand-holding fan. Rattan or rotan in Malay language is the long climbing plant with thorny leaves and glossy water-resistant surface. There are several hundred species of rattan growing wild in the tropical rainforest in Terengganu, winding their way up neighboring trees and attain a height of 500 to 600 feet. Because it is strong, can be easily bent without breaking and lasts for years. It is made into furniture by the locals. Wood carving was originally found in houses of sultans or Malay nobility as part of their interior decoration, and the craftsmen were commissioned for their service. Malay wood carving gets its inspiration from flora, animal motif and Islamic art, but this has never influenced its finest as artistically designs. Terengganu wood carving not only found in the beam, doorways, window shutters of a house, but also in the traditional boat-making industry and some furniture items such as sofa, bed frame and mirror frame, and as small as a jewelry box.
This is a traditional game that tests the skills of the player in spinning the top gasing so that it can spin for a long time without stopping. Played by male, adults and boys from 9 years old onward. The game involves 2 or more players. It is played in flat, open areas. The item required include a top spinning rope and blade and a little oil. The word wow was derived from the Arabic letter wow, as the shape of the wing resemblances in the outline of the particular letter. It was also said that the farmer in the past vowed to scarecrow to ward off the birds from their paddy fields. The name takes the off after the shape of the moon, as the tail of the wow itself looked like to the crescent. Congkak is the Mangkala game of the Malay original played in Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Southern Thailand and also some parts of Sumatra and Borneo. The word congkak was believed originated from the Old Malay congkak, give meaning as mental calculation that was practical in this game. The oldest Mangkala game that they found in the abandoned castle of Roman Egypt and back to the 4th century AD. It was spread all over Malay world. The true dealer via Malacca, where at the time the training post is very important.
Woo!